10 fragrances in my collection that I feel are just overlooked or forgotten about. You want to know what they are? Well, if you sit right there, I'll bring them to you on the other side. Give me just a second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense here. I was gonna do a Soul Train vibe, but I couldn't remember everything that Donna used to say when he would be introducing people with that stiff neck standing there. R.I.P. Don. I used to love Soul Train, man. I did. I used to love Soul Train. But y'all ain't here for no Soul Train. Y'all here for me to tell y'all about these 10 fragrances that I found in my collection that nobody else seems to review. And I'm sure there are reviews out there on them. I'm positive that there are. I just haven't seen a whole lot of them. Some of them I haven't seen any reviews on. Speaking of one I haven't seen any reviews on, let's just get right to it. From the House of English Laundry, and it was my first purchase from English Laundry. Royal Aqua. This is a niche quality cologne. This is a banker. And I don't hear anybody talking about it, period, point blank. I just don't. What this is a floral aquatic. Let that sink in. It's floral and aquatic. That's what I see. Yeah. And it is nice. It gives off this clean, crisp vibe that says, I ain't really trying too hard, but I smell good. This is another one that could have been worn at the white party. I really like this fragrance. I don't know why this one, out of all the English Laundry fragrances that have gotten so much fanfare, like Cambridge Nights and Windsor and London, this one is better than all of them. It seems to be better made than all of them. Not that those don't smell good, because they do. I love them all. I love Windsor. I love Cambridge Nights. I love Arrogant. What's the Signature? I love all of those fragrances. Oxford Blue, Riviera. Love all of them. But this one has them beat hands down. And I don't know if it's a clone of something more expensive. The only thing your boy can tell you is it has a very regal, niche quality to it. And Royal Aqua is a perfect name for it. And it's floral and just a little bit of woods running through the bottom of it to give it some masculinity, but it is not overly masculine. In fact, I think a woman could pull this off. Easily be a unisex fragrance, but it doesn't lean feminine and it doesn't lean way masculine. It's just a little masculine, a lot aquatic, and a little bit floral. Great combination, very well made, very well blended fragrance. And here's the best part about it. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. Man, I think I had just gotten married, so we're talking at least 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, at least 4, for $19.99. It was no, it wasn't even $19.99. It was like $17.99. Different bottle from the rest of the English Laundries, and it came in just a regular box. It didn't come in a coffin type box with all that. So I don't know. All I know is this bad boy smells amazing. And if you see this somewhere, I think you should pick it up. I really think this is a nice fragrance for the $16 to $17 that I paid for it. Okay. One that I haven't seen many reviews on, and the best part of this fragrance is in the middle to the dry down, and it is Swiss Army's Mountain Water. Off top, you're going to get a very generic, almost boring type of scent. Very shower jelly, very shower jelly, and basic. When you let that move and you get to the middle and to the end of the fragrance, to the dry down, that's when you get to see what this fragrance is really about. Is it going to be the reinvention of the wheel? No. And you guys that have an extensive collection shouldn't get this, because you'll be bored with it. But those of you who are trying to add some different style of fragrances to your collection, you may want to pick this one up. It does kind of have this fresh mountain air type of vibe to it. I wore this a lot on the Christmas holidays when I first started dating my ex-wife, Kels, because I didn't want to offend anybody when I first started coming around with overly strong fragrances. So I would wear this one and got several compliments. It is a compliment getter, but it is one of those fragrances that people have to walk by you and you walk by to pick up on. It's not one that's going to project across the room. It's not the reinvention of the wheel. It's not the best smelling fragrance in the bunch. But what it is a nice masculine fragrance with the touch of something in it that makes it refreshing, like taking a deep breath on a winter's day. It's kind of got that type of vibe to it. Again, it's a very subtle type of fragrance. It's not one that's going to project all through the room or fill up a room or anything like that. It is one that maybe projects arm's length from you, a couple feet, but that's about it. Again, so if you have a ton of fragrances, you may want to pass this one up. Swiss Army Mountain Water. But nonetheless, the purpose of this video was fragrances that people just aren't talking about very much. All right, another one. I picked this up mid-year last year when things first started to open back up. It was right, when things first started to open back up. It's from the house of DKNY, and it's Donna Man. This one is an interesting little fragrance, and I'll say this about it. It is very bright. I hate the bottle. I absolutely hate the bottle. I mean, I just don't like this bottle. And this is where I wonder when people are sitting down with people designing fragrances and things. I mean, who thought this was a good idea? The only thing I like about this is that blue atomizer. But I don't know who would have thought this was a good idea. I just don't. Very linear, very basic, but I'll tell you what it smells like. Oranges. Oranges. If you like citrus-based fragrances, mainly oranges, like a mandarin orange, something like that, there you go. Good gym scent, good fresh out of the shower scent, good laying around the house, I ain't doing nothing scent, very casual, maybe wear it to the cookout. Definitely could say it's Saturday and you've been out there on the grill all day trying to get the hot dogs and hamburgers ready for the football game, the steaks and everything. You went in there and took a shower to wash all that smoke off of you, and you just want to wear something nice but not expensive, or I guess a dumb reach would be the correct word for it, Trey. An easy reach fragrance, perfect example. Or something to keep in your locker at work. And I don't advise anybody to keep fragrances in your car, but if you're going to keep one in your car that you could, hit a couple sprays of the car with and hit yourself with, something like that, if you have a huge glove box. If not, you have to keep this in your trunk. But nonetheless, it is a good smelling fragrance. I do like it. It's also one I could see somebody using to freshen up their room a little bit. You got a lady coming over or whatever, and you just, a couple sprays on the sheets or something. I can see that. I can see that also. Now, I wear the fragrance, as you can tell. It's got, that's where the level is, and this is on this big, ridiculous bottle. And I like the fragrance, okay? It was about $19.99, and I think the main reason I bought it is because I also had the women's version of this as well. And it smells about the same. It's not a whole lot of difference in the two, so I actually gave the women's version away and kept the men's version because I like this one just a little bit better. But this would also be one that would be great to layer fragrances with. Let's see. There's somebody commenting on the video. Be great to layer with this one, like I don't know, like I was talking about that Al Rehab Choco Musk the other. I always say must. Must is something totally different from musk. Nobody wants to smell like must. Musk, yes, must, no. Anyway, I could see you wanting to layer this with something if you had something that had a lot of vanilla in it and you wanted to give it like a creamy orange type of, or if you had something chocolatey and you want to give it like a creamy orange, yes. I think this would be good for that because it's a very basic generic fragrance. Doesn't do a lot of movement, doesn't have a whole lot of body. Yeah, okay. Those three. Let me get the ones I haven't reviewed. I got 10 of these bad boys to get to. Alright. From my favorite house, from the house of Perilous Red. Now this one. Sprayed this on a little earlier. Nothing extraordinary. Better than generic, better than basic. Great office scent. Very masculine. Typical cologne type of fragrance. Again, this is one, if you have a ton of fragrances in your collection that you're going to want to stay away from. But this is one, if you're trying to fill out your buggy, as you've got an online order, or if you just happen to see it, this is one you should pick up. I like it. It's got something in it that makes it want to lean fruity, but then it stays masculine and slightly woodsy at the same time. Again, this is one that would be great for chilling around the house. I wouldn't wear this on a date or anywhere that I wanted to impress anybody, but any occasion where it didn't matter whether I was the best smelling guy in the room, which I'm normally anyway, but any occasion that I didn't want to be that, or didn't feel like I had the need to be that, this bad boy is one that would fit in perfectly for that. And I think, oh, this smells really good. Maybe slightly apple in there, maybe, yeah, slightly, just a little bit of apple. But again, it's a soft projector. It's one of those fragrances. It's not going to give you a ton of performance. It's not going to blow anybody's doors off when they smell it. They're going to think you smell good. They're going to think you smell really, really clean. Again, I hate to keep saying that, but clean is the way I describe a fragrance when it doesn't really fall into a category, say aquatic, barbershop, gourmand, fougere. Then it normally to me gives off that clean shower jelly vibe. And I'm about to hurry this video up, or else my phone's gonna go dead. But I enjoyed this fragrance. I was happy to have it. For $20, I got this big old 200 ml bottle, and it also came with I think it's 200 ml. No, some kind of way this is only a 3.4. So I guess all this just must be just design. But it came with the travel, and I used all the travel, so I haven't been working on this very long. But it does have a nice red apple type of note right there. Good little fragrance. If you're looking for something with the apple note, but that's not a strong, really sweet, overpowering apple, then that perilous red will work fine. Okay, I've got about 6 more to get to, and I got to pick up the pace because, like I said, my phone's going dead. Real Madrid. Great fragrance. This reminds me of a combination of Lamal and Spice Bomb. Enough said. Great fragrance. About $10 at Ross. I used to see them there all the time. I haven't seen them in a while, but they make another one. I think it's BC Barcelona. It's good too. They're completely different. One is fresh. One is fresh more for the spring and summer. This one is a little bit spicier, richer, more for the winter and fall. Again, you can wear these any time of year, but I really think this is a hidden gem. I really think more people should have paid attention to this fragrance. The only reason I think people didn't is because, honestly, because it says Real Madrid on the bottle. But this is a great smelling fragrance. I like it. I like it a lot, especially for the $9 to $10 that I've paid for it. And I'm trying to see, I think I've used about half a bottle. Yeah. It's a good smelling fragrance. Another one from the house of Perilous, and it is Perilous Spirited. Now I have seen some reviews on this one, not a lot, and I haven't seen anybody review it in about a year. What I like about this fragrance, again, it has a slight red, almost like, well, that one was like it was going to go appley. This one is almost like it's gonna go cherry, almost like when you're making Kool-Aid and you open up that cherry Kool-Aid pack and you pour it in the water, that cherry smell that comes out, similar to that, but not quite as strong. Again, this is a very subtle fragrance. It's not one that's going to knock your socks off or knock your doors off, but it's a mix between very fruity and, again, dare I say, clean. But I like this one. I like this one a lot. I think it was Chad from A Gentleman's Journey review this one a couple of times. He made a couple of his Perilous list. but it is spirited. I remember finding this one. I was very happy because it had eluded me for a long time, and I was glad to pick it up and add it to my collection. Perilous, spirited, nice, bright, and it's got some fruit. I wish I was better at identifying what fruit is what, but they all just come across to me as fruity, so yeah. But nonetheless, a good fragrance. Man, have I only got 4 more? Alright, from the house of Liz Claiborne, lucky number 6. I really like this fragrance. This is a Japanese oriental fragrance. A little bit of plum in there. And the last time I was seeing this fragrance at the discounters, it was right before we got locked down last year, so it'd be about this time last year, and it was going dirt cheap. I mean, I was seeing bottles like this for $9 or $10, and I don't know why. I really think it's a great fragrance. It's slightly sweet, very spicy, very well made, very well made. It's as good as Bora Bora. It's as good as Mambo. Not quite as spicy as Mambo, but this is a very good fragrance. In my opinion, it's sneaky, it's different, and it is a compliment getter. I actually had a guy follow me through Walmart asking me what I had on when I wore this. I was standing there reading the football magazines. His football season was about to start, and he came over. He's like, "Man, what kind of cologne is that you got on?" And I said, "Man, it's lucky number 6. So he goes over to the cologne section in Walmart, and he comes back with Lucky You, the green one. I said, "No, it's not that one." I said, "It's the Japanese looking one." So he comes back, I mean, intense look on his face. He comes back, "Is it this one?" I said, "That's it. That's it." He's like, "Man, that smells good. I'm gonna buy it. You don't care, do you?" I was like, "Man, knock yourself out." So he goes and buys it. Go figure. I didn't spray it on. Let me sniff it. But Liz Claiborne, lucky number 6. It's one I just don't hear many people talk about in the fragrance community. I know it's been reviewed. It just seems to have been overlooked, though. Most ridiculous cologne bottle ever, and the award goes to Champion by Davidoff. Listen, as good as Cool Waters was, and as good as the bottle and everything on Cool Water was, they get an F on presentation for this. I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous. Even with the top off, it's just ridiculous. Again, these people that put out these fragrances, do you consult with anybody? Who told y'all that this would be a good idea? Now, the scent. I'm actually gonna hit myself with this one. Why? Because honestly, it smells good. Man, this is not for the office or for the gym. This one is for if you want to get noticed. It is very strong. It is extremely masculine. It projects well, and it lasts a decent amount of time. I was trying to get a picture in my head of how long to tell you it lasts. Is when you spray it, you think it's going to be on for 12 or 13 hours, but it doesn't last that long. It dies down about 5 or 6 hours, which is fine. It's about a $20 fragrance. And again, I don't see it very often in the rag stores. I actually picked this up when I was in Biloxi. I want to say it was the last time we went for like a week. And I didn't have a whole lot, but I did pick this up. And it smells good. It's a very masculine fragrance. That's the only way I know how to explain it. Woodsy. Yes. No citrus. It does have some woods, and of course it's got some other notes in there. But what I pick up on is woods and some musk. Woods and musk is what I pick up on. It's a nice fragrance. I don't know why they put it in a dumbbell, because you can't wear this to the gym. You just can't. You wear this to the gym and get to sweating, and that musk is going to turn to must. So I wouldn't wear this to the gym. I would wear this on a date. I would wear this. I wouldn't necessarily wear it to the office. If I wore it to the office, I would calm down on them sprays because it could get away from me. But anywhere else, I think it would be fine. Not necessarily a date night, because there's nothing about it that makes it romantic. But it is a nice fragrance. I think it would do in just about any situation. I mean, you could wear it on a date, but it's just, I wouldn't. But it does smell good enough to wear around a female. It does smell good. All right, got 2 more. Another one, I actually picked this up off of a local site called Let Go, which I think is merged with something else now. I can't remember what the name of it was. And I say local, but it's everywhere. But I got it from a local. He didn't like it, and it is from the house of Aeropostale, and it is Force. What I like about this one, it reminds me of fresh cut wood. Fresh cut wood. It's almost like driving by a sawmill. So picture driving by a sawmill, and then picture a really, really fruity note. Those 2 notes combined. And that's what you get with this. It's just nice. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this fragrance. I really don't. Is it the best performer in the world? No, it's average. It's average. Hour and a half of projection at best. 4 or 5 hours of longevity at best. Nothing reinventing there. But I don't have any fragrances in my collection that mix the combination of wood chips, of fresh cut wood, and fruit. And I like it. It's as you see, I like it. You see where the bottle is, and that's just nice. And the fruit in it kind of makes it a very versatile fragrance. I think it's one you can wear spring, summer, or winter, or spring, summer, or fall. Maybe stay away from it in the winter, but definitely spring, summer, fall. I like this fragrance, y'all. I really do. I give this fragrance a big thumbs up. I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, I'm gonna find a place to spray this on me. I'm just gonna spray it on me. If I spray it over something, I'm gonna put this on. But I do. I really enjoy this fragrance, y'all. I can't tell you how much. Let me think about that. Wait a minute. I have seen this in TJ Maxx, and again, maybe even Marshalls, and I want to say it was under 25 bucks. Yeah, I want to even say it was under 20. It was about that $15 to $19 mark. So I'm getting this one confused with Maximum, I think, is another one that I have from the house. The bottles almost look alike. I'm trying to think. I don't want to get the prices confused because I don't want to tell you wrong. Man, that's nice. Fruity Sawdust. So I guess if you live in Georgia and you cut on one of those Georgia pines or those Georgia peach trees, this is what it would smell like. Woodsy and fruity. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Last but not least, from the house of Tommy Hilfiger, Endless Blue. Love that bottle, beautiful. Can't you see them old trucks that they made in the 90s from Chattanooga going down the road like this? I used to love those trucks. Man, I wanted me a choo-choo custom truck so bad. But around here, the only people that drove them was those old heads, those big ballers. They was a little bit older than I am now. I'm 45, so they would be about 55 or 60, because they had that bread to get them. You know, had them wagon wheels, chrome wagon wheels on them. I used to love those trucks. Yeah, that's nice. Slightly blue. I get the blue in it. This could have made the boozy list as well. I want to say a slight hint of violet leaf in there. Oh man, that smells good. Yes, yes, yes. This is when I'll be reaching for more in the summertime. I may have to rotate it out of the more sophisticated collection of the upscale, middle to high-end designer to my everyday use, so I could wear this more. Slightly bubblegummy, slightly blue, a little bit of a boozy accord of something in there. You know, I don't do well with the boozy notes, but nonetheless, great smelling fragrance, and I'm digging it. If I had a spot on my arm, I would spray this one too, y'all. Tommy Hilfiger Endless Blue. All of these fragrances are fairly inexpensive. None of them are the reinvention of the wheel, are just stellar, except for this one, and which is English Laundry Royal Aqua and Real Madrid. I think those are the best two in the bunch. Well, and this one, the lucky number 6. The rest of them are, well, and this one. Okay, I digress. And this one. There's some pretty good fragrances, and I think they would be worth adding to your collection if you see them out. Some of them are more run-of-the-mill, dumb reaches, and some of them for you collectors that have a very deep collection. You know, some of these may be a little underdeveloped for you and not your style of fragrance anymore, and I totally get that. As we get older, our styles, our tastes change, you know. Like I was talking to one of my subs the other day, I think it was Corvin, and he and I were talking. I was like, man, you know, when you was a kid, if you asked somebody what was for dinner and they said, man, we got some cabbage and some beans and some cornbread in there, you was like, now somebody tell you it's a big old pot of cabbage on the stove with some beans and some cornbread, you like, bet, that's what's up. Because your taste buds have changed. All you wanted when you was a kid was hamburger and french fries. You eat that every day. Nowadays, you kind of want more of a meal because meals are harder to come by now when you get older. I used to wonder, well, these old folks is all they want to eat. Because the meals are hard to come by when you get old for some reason. I guess because you got to buy the food now. So, you know. But I digress on that. Nonetheless, all these fragrances are decent fragrances. I like them all. All of them have a purpose in my life and in my collection. If you see any of these out, I think they would be good pickups for most of you. Some of you have outgrown them, but still, nonetheless, some of them would be great pickups for people that even have a very intense or deep or large collection anyway. But I like them and I appreciate them for what they are. But I just don't hear any, if any, little talk about them in frag and I just wanted to shed a little light on them for you guys that are still adding to your collection and are still looking for inexpensive fragrances that you can buy and wear liberally. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know how many days in a row this makes we've done a video, but I'm finna have to wrap this up because I know my battery's got to be on. Hey, dude, we about to die. So I'm gonna jump off here, try to figure out a thumbnail for this monstrosity. Thank you all. It's Thursday, almost the weekend. Your boy loves you. Again, be sure to like, share, and if you haven't subbed, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of your support and watching these videos. It means a lot. Again, God bless you all. I love you all. Until next time, y'all. Peace.